what your BI tool tells you about the company that you work at. First up, Power BI. Now, Power BI, you're in a Microsoft shop. This wasn't a choice. This wasn't a decision. It just kind of happened. It was a default. Somewhere you've got a junior weeping over a DAX formula that's meant to calculate a rolling average, and it's moving past 400 lines of code. There's a high chance your organization is rocking a fleet of ThinkPad T420s, and your CEO is rocking this kind of fit. There's a high chance your organization is pretty recession-proof. You've got job security, but for some reason, your analytics lead decided that he wanted a Mac. So now we've got IT involved, and they had to teach him how to emulate Windows on a Mac computer just so they can run the desktop app. They're pretty miserable. Next up, Tableau. Congratulations, you use Tableau. Someone spent $70,000 somewhere on a license 7 years ago, and they've been defending that decision ever since. There's probably a Tableau champion in your office. It's in their title. It's on their LinkedIn. They got it from Tableau. There's 17 dashboard that nobody really looks at, but there's one dashboard that everyone needs, and only Derek knows how it runs. Now, the problem is Derek is at a Tableau conference, and there's a very, very high chance he's going to be coming back with Salesforce merch to convince senior leadership that this was a good purchasing investment. Next up, Looker Studio or Data Studio. You call it Data Studio, Google calls it Looker Studio. You're probably a marketing shop that initially connected Looker Studio or Data Studio up to Google Ads and Google Analytics and thought, wow, this could really be good for us. And after a few dashboards were made, you realized it could connect to more than just analytics and ads and spreadsheets, and now you're using it as your single source of truth. Your CMO made a dashboard once, and now there's 37 versions of it. You're probably using the right one. Hey, it's free. Looker. You've probably got some grey hairs explaining to leadership why you're using Looker and spending a boatload of money for it and not using Looker Studio, the other tool that Google uses. Your company probably raised a Series B, your CTO is a pretty cool guy, you probably spent the first 3 months with your tech team and your data team developing LookML for a report that could have been done in Excel in about 7 seconds. They probably just needed a bar chart. But hey, your LookML is very clean though, and now you've got citizen developers, which is great. Omni. Chances are your CTO used Looker in a previous life, still has the connections, still knows the OGs, knows the guys, but it's only after he joined your company they realized that these connections have now started new BI products. Now, your data team is probably quite small. They use the word semantic layer in casual conversation. You've got a Slack channel that is named Data Quality that's extremely active and only very slightly stressful. It could be a good choice. Who knows? Domo. I've met 3 people that use Domo. All 3 of them worked at the same company in Utah. I don't know what this means. I'm not saying anything. I'm just knowing it. Excel. I'm not going to make fun of Excel. Excel is literally the only tool keeping this world together, really. There's probably nuclear launch codes stored somewhere in an Excel workbook somewhere that only 3 or 4 people really know how to access. There's probably pivot tables in hospitals that are literally saving lives. Excel isn't a BI tool. Excel is a religion of cultists from finance, marketing, product, sales, everywhere. If your company runs on Excel, chances are you've got $0 in BI budget, or you've bought too many BI tools and everyone's just defaulting back to Excel. And despite having that $0 budget, now every time someone walks out the door and retires, you lose about $400 in tribal knowledge. Best of luck. Metabase, open source, self-hosted. Someone in your data team or your tech team is very, very proud of that fact. They set it up on a random Saturday just for fun, and hey, now we've got a BI tool, and they're the only person that knows how to run the damn thing. But they will do it without complaint because they believe in the vision, and because they're the ones that suggested Metabase in the first place. They're probably good people, slightly overworked, and currently they're probably Googling out of memory or heap stack errors, so be nice to them. Qlik. If your organization uses Qlik, please reach out to me, like personally. Please, I want to know how you're doing. And last but not least, a custom-built internal tool. You're very proud of the fact that you've got a custom BI tool. That's awesome. You've got a beautiful proprietary data visualization tool, and you quote that nothing really fit your needs that was out on the market, which is great. But what your team really needed was just a bar chart and some date filters. You spent 8 months and 4 engineers on this. It works. It runs. 2 people know how to maintain it. And 1 of them just got a job at Google. Enjoy your unique competitive advantage. Which ones did I miss? Which ones was I a little bit too harsh on? Which ones hit a bit too close to home? I'd like to know.